This month, 60 young people drove to the Midwest region with no agenda except to be a blessing. They went to Mullawa, Kew, and Wiluna, 3 Stormco teams, to run kids clubs, to do community barbecues, cleanups, NAIDOC events, being the hands and feet of Jesus in communities that don't always experience that. Between 14 and 30 local kids joined the teams in each location and had a blast. Ezra was one of our young people who was on his first Stormco trip, and he was with the Wiluna team. And this is what he had to say. He said, "This trip has strengthened my relationship with God, and I can see how he was with us from the beginning. I've learned that it was all him doing the work, and I was just the person he spoke through." That's what kingdom living looks like in a 14-year-old. There was a 4th team that traveled from South Australia to go and bless the Derby community. Pastor John Beck was involved in that, along with the local pastor up there, Gavin Dagg, and what began as a week of service could become the beginning of a longer-term relationship of support through Stormco for the Derby community. On Sabbath, 25th of June, we hosted the Church Health Summit here at the conference office. There were about 50 people who came, some from as far away as Albany. Adam Johnston, the International Director for NCD, Natural Church Development, was our speaker. And he took us through 3 of the areas that we don't always do well in as a church: loving relationships, empowering leadership, and holistic small groups. And his challenge to us was that if we can get these things right, imagine how our local churches will grow and thrive. This month I've had the privilege of teaching at Mamarapha College, our Indigenous tertiary institution, which is up in the Perth Hills. And Mamarapha draws students from all across Australia, some from very remote communities, and they come to learn about health, they come to learn about practical ministry that they then can go and take back and be a blessing in the various places where they live and work. And I want to acknowledge Pastor James London, the principal of Mamarapha, along with his amazing team and the many volunteers for the extraordinary work that they do. The subject I've been teaching for this block is church history from the early church through to the time of the Reformation. And it's got me thinking, if Jesus doesn't return in our lifetime, and I pray that he does, I hope that he does, but if he doesn't, how will we be remembered? What will the history books say about us as a conference, as a generation of Jesus followers? What will history say about you? How will you be remembered? My prayer is that we will be known as a movement of people who brought the hope of Jesus, who lifted up the name of Jesus in our families, in our communities, in our workplaces, and invited others to be part of God's kingdom. Let's go out and make that a reality today.